Hey, this is the quiz for standard 4.2, the circulatory and respiratory system. This is part one. Uh, let's read the directions for the heart. Label the diagram below with the following terms: aorta, aortic valve, inferior vena cava, left atrium, left ventricle, mitral valve, pulmonary arteries, pulmonary valve, pulmonary veins, right atrium, right ventricle, septum, superior vena cava, and tricuspid valve. Then answer the questions below. Number 15, list the structures which contain oxygen-rich blood. And number 16, explain the role of valves in the heart. All of the information for this particular quiz will be found on page 76. So it's the exact photo that's in on page 92. Your quiz, which is on page 92. And if you need more help and you have access to a computer, you can go to Nova Map of the Human Heart, click Track, and then step through, um, follow the flow of blood, uh, and also get a map that shows you each part that's in the heart. Part two, the blood. Questions 1 through 5 identify each type of blood vessel listed below. Then for questions 6 through 12, label the diagram below with the following terms: connective tissue, endothelium, and smooth muscle. Each term may be used more than once. Then answer the questions below. 13, how are the walls of arteries different from the walls of veins? 14, which blood vessels carry oxygen-rich blood? Which oxygen-poor blood? 15, what occurs in capillaries? 16, which blood vessels have valves? What is the function of these valves? The answers for this quiz are on page 77, right here. So you're going to use this diagram to answer the quiz on page 94. And on the next page, 78, you get more information about how arteries, capillaries, and veins are different and how they're the same. And then you're going to answer one of these questions here. Either number 1, use the picture below to briefly describe the direction blood travels after it leaves the heart. Note you don't need to name parts of the heart or specific arteries or veins. You just need to show or explain where blood goes from the heart to the lungs, the heart to the lungs, back to the heart, and from there everywhere else in the body. This red is oxygenated blood, and then the blue is deoxygenated blood, meaning it has very little oxygen, it's mostly carbon dioxide, and it's going right back to the heart. The information for this is on page 77 again. Question 2, explain briefly how narrow arteries like the one pictured below can cause serious health problems like stroke or heart disease. Here's a normal artery, and here's a narrowing artery. And this right here is a plaque forming. It's mostly cholesterol and fat. The answers for this particular question are on page 81. Right here, 81 and 82. Specifically this paragraph about arteriosclerosis. And here's a picture of an artery building up plaque. What you want to focus on is that as the artery gets narrower, it's going to be less able to get blood through that artery, and so that artery is going to be less good or poorer at getting oxygen to the body parts that it serves. So if this served, like, say, your toe, your toe would not get as much oxygen-rich blood because the opening for that oxygen-rich blood to move through is getting smaller. All right, number three, use the picture below and what you know about arteries to explain briefly why a stroke is dangerous for brain tissues. These are two types of strokes. One, where you have a blockage, so no blood is going through, and this is a rupture, meaning basically the artery is breaking and blood is uh, spilling out of the artery. Um, the answer to this is on page 82 of your textbook. Just remember why blood is important, what's it bringing to body tissues, and what's it taking away from body tissues, and what happens to body tissues when they don't have blood, a regular blood supply. And question four, an ischemic heart attack is caused, let me fix that, when heart muscle tissue dies due to a lack of blood flow. Why is this condition potentially fatal? Um, the answer to this question is on page 81 and 82. Um, Specifically, talk about why is the heart so important to staying alive. What happens if the heart is not able to pump blood? What are the consequences of that for the rest of your body? If you need more help, or if you want to consult something other than our textbook, you can go to our ADP site uh, and click on this link. I think is the best, or you can click on these links down here. This is the best one in English, but any of these links will explain the same information in hopefully uh, will explain the same information in different languages. These ones in French, this one in Portuguese, this one in Spanish, hopefully, and these three in Arabic.